Good morning. So gradually, September is ending. We are ending September on a good note. I'm fine, and you? How many people blew their accounts yesterday because of the FOMC? Let's go. All right. So this week, as I said earlier, this week is an important week because we have a lot of news events, and today too we are having one major news event. We are having interest rates. Yesterday there was a rate cut for the dollar, so that's why we saw spikes in. We saw gold moving up. We saw anything that you paired it with the dollar, it moved up. So there was a rate cut. I've not checked it though, but let me review. Let me refresh my distance. Yeah, so there was a rate cut. So it was 5.5. Now it came towards 5.0. So that's why we saw most of this thing. Any pair that you paired it with a dollar, it's right because so today too we have an interest rate for the pound around, wow, when did this one spike like that? So you see, not every move that you can catch, okay? Not every move that you can be part of. If it is not in your plan, you need to let it go. You need to let it go because this week pound has been really moved well, or it has been moving up hill. So not every move is for you. You can't catch every move. That's it. You can't catch every move. So you take trades which is in your plan. If it is not in your plan, you allow it to go. That's how it works. So yesterday, let's review the pound dollar, the pound yen. So yesterday I gave out many evidence. I was even thinking the FOMC is going to invalidate the setup. Yesterday I explained everything to you people, why it should move up. You get it? Why it should move up, so you guys can see it for yourself. Everything that you did played out perfectly. So you see, as I said, the market is just a repetition of it. Repeats itself. So just know the pattern that works for you, stick to it, memorize it, visualize it. Anytime that it happens, make sure you are going to remember. That's all. There's nothing difficult in this thing. Okay, that's all. There's nothing difficult in this thing. So yesterday I gave you an evidence. I showed you the date that this thing happened on the pound dollar. I gave you a clear evidence on the date that the same thing happened. Okay, because we were having a support over here. You had a support. So I told you where you are going to place your stop loss. I don't know how many people took it. I told you where you are going to place your stop loss and where you are going to retrace in. You get it? So there's no magic in this thing. It's just a matter of you understanding support, the chances of it getting to this side is very high. So even yesterday, during the FOMC, I knew for sure the market is going to move here because the daily candle has broken through this strong level. And see, the daily candle too is one what is also a strong. The daily candle too is also a stronger time frame candle. Okay, so the moment price will break through, it gives you an evidence that what it is going to move to the next zone, and you saw what exactly happened. So as I told you, you don't have to pay attention or pay heed to what the lower time frame, because at this point you've gotten your entry at what you've gotten your setup at what the daily time frame. At the same time, you've got your entry on the daily time frame. And that's why I was saying there's no need for you to move to the lower time frames to find an entry. And during the FOMC, hello, yeah, morning. How many do you want? How many? Yeah, you will get. I say you will get. Be 370. Well, how much you budget? 35. Where is it? Okay. So price go to the target exactly. You get it. It got to the target exactly. So it's all about understanding your pattern. That's all, understanding your pattern. But because of the FOMC, that's why we saw a spike before it moved. So the higher time frames are higher, as in they are stronger confirmation. If you are relying on the higher time frame, it's a stronger time frame to what. So let's analyze before the learning session will be open. So today is 19th of September 2024, and so next week is going to be the last week of the month, the last trading week of the month. So let's move to the monthly time frame. So when you move to, let's check the fundamentals for the. So around 11 a.m. you get it, around 11 a.m. you're having interest rates on a pound. So the monetary policy summary, MPC, official bank rate vote, official bank rate. So these are interest rates on a pound. So you don't know whether there was going to be a rate cut or a hike in the rate. So before 11 a.m. you need to be very careful. You need to be very careful on the decision to be made. To make, you get it. You need to be very careful. So it's the same thing as happened yesterday. It's the same thing that happened yesterday. So let's analyze. Let's move to the technical aspect, because before 11 o'clock, we don't have any high impact news. Before 11 o'clock, we don't have any high impact news before 11 o'clock. Before 11 o'clock. So let's move to the technical aspect and see what's going to happen. So when you move to the monthly time frame, on the monthly time frame, there was what? We have a resistance over here. Okay. So someone was asking me yesterday on why the resistance is not at this level, but it came over here. So I've already been saying it. Last time I explained it that if structure is broken, these levels are not what's important anymore. So this is how the market moves. So I think you let me analyze, because for us to see. So this is the resistance point. So this is the resistance. This is the resistance point. You get it. This is the resistance point. We have a support level over here. So let's move to the weekly time frame and see. So on the weekly time frame, to looking left, we have a support level over here. We have a support level over there. So if the weekly candle is going to close like this, then it's going to be the same thing as what happened on the pound yen. What you are going to wait is what, since it has given us a wick like this, maybe the next week candle is going to pull back. The next week candle is going to what? The next week candle is going to what? Pull back like this. You get it? The next week candle is going to pull back. So if it pulls back, maybe the second week of October, this is what you are going to see. You are going to see what? You are going to see a break of what? The previous candle. So we are going to see a bullish candle. We are going to see a bullish candle. Okay, so this is what, if it gives, since the week hasn't closed, so we can't confirm on how the candle is going to be like. But if suppose maybe if the candle is going to close like this, if the candle is going to close something like this, then this is what you have to expect. Okay, this is what you have to expect. But since what do you call it, that weekly candle hasn't closed yet, today is Thursday, we have what? We have Friday too, so we have, I think, like 2 days. So since it hasn't closed, but if it's closed, suppose maybe it has closed like this, this is how you are, it's going to be what? It's going to, you are going to expect the following candle to what? To be. So if it's close above this weekly, well, you have to expect it to what? Move to the next zone. So as I said, the market moves in zones, moves to zones. to zone. Okay, so you need to be able to identify how the market moves in waves. After identifying how it moves in waves, then what you be able to you try to find out how to draw your support and resistances. If you're able to do those things, then things will be very simple and easy for you. So let's move to the daily time frame. So when you move to the daily time frame, so now you are done with the weekly and the monthly time frames. So let's move to the daily time frame, since the learning session is about to open. So the daily time frame is currently an uptrend. So you are expecting it to test on this one. This is the next resistance for price to test on that level. This guy, there it's going to test on this level. So this is the level that price is going to test on. Okay, so currently the daily time frame is what? An uptrend. This is what you have to note. The daily time frame is currently an uptrend. Okay, so when you move to the H4 time frame, so when you move to the H4 time frame is almost getting close, or it's approaching the resistance level. So you see where we drew the daily resistance, it has also fallen on the H4 resistance level. So it gives a clear confirmation that this level is a strong area of interest that you need to pay much attention to. Okay, so the possibility that when price gets to this level, you are going to see a reaction. So the reaction can either be a pullback or a breakout. Okay, so that's why I've been saying you don't have to be buying on resistance, because anytime price will get to this level, we are going to see a reaction. Okay, if price gets to this level, we are going to see a reaction. Okay, so it's the same thing as the pound JPY. When you move to the daily time frame, let's move to the daily time frame and see. So you see, so those who are confused on how to determine or to get their profit, this is how we are going to do. So as price go to that level, we are seeing a reaction. You get it? As price go to the level, we are seeing reaction. So it's very, very important to pay attention. So it's the same thing that we are going to see over here. As price gets to this level, we are going to see a pullback. You get it? We are going to see a pullback. Price is going to pull back over here. So let's move to the H1 time frame. So when it happens after your trend, so now it's already confirmed the daily time frame is an uptrend. H4 time frame is an uptrend. So when it happens like that, what you will do is you need to make sure you are going to find an entry. So I think there was an entry over here. There was a resistance over here. One thing is the H4 time frame. I was thinking the H4 time frame is going to close above this one. So I think this structure really worried me, because yesterday I would have even gotten this move as I was checking this move. So supposing maybe this candle broke within this resistance level, you would have gotten an entry around this level. You get it? But this is what changed. The moment this one broke, came back, it turned to a downtrend. So I was confused on the trend, because usually or most of the time what I do is I use the H4 trend to confirm the decision I'm going to make for the day. So the moment this one got broken, came back, it turned to a downtrend. So I was kind of confused. And anytime that I'm confused, I don't execute. Okay, if I'm confused on the trend, it became a downtrend. H4, the daily two was an uptrend. If this one was an uptrend, I would have executed over here. You get it? I would have executed over here. But since the daily and H4 was kind of not in the same trend, I allowed it to go. That's how you have to do. If you are confused on the trend, don't force things to happen. No one is pulling a gun on you to make a decision. So when it happens like that, I don't usually make a decision. I allow it I allow it to go. That's how usually I do things. You get it? So currently you can't enter a buy over here because we are it's in the middle of where it has gotten to. From here to this side, it's not far from the what do you call it, the take profit level. Okay, it's not far from the reactional level, so you can't make a decision over here. It's in the middle of a range. So where are you even going to place your stop loss? You need to make sure you are buying on a strong level. Okay, so even if you have a support over here, price has not retraced to this level. So if you are taking a buy over here, even though since the nearest price action, okay, the nearest price action is at this level. You get it? The nearest price action is at that level. So if price is coming to that level, so even though price is going to come to this level, I have to enter. You get it? That doesn't mean I have to enter. You get it? That doesn't mean I have to enter. Okay, that doesn't mean I have to enter. So you need to make sure. It's very simple. If you are buying, make sure you are buying on a strong area of interest. So this is an area of interest in case price is pulling back. This is the point that you are going to give you a long-term profitability. But if you are just buying in the middle of a range, you are not going to see profitability. Okay, because in this, when price gets to this side, you might not know if price is going to pull back or it's going to take off. So that's why yesterday I told you guys to buy at this level. When price starts flipping, to buy at this level, in a sense that it's not far from the area of interest. You get it? It's not far from the area of interest. So this is the area of interest. You get it? So if you are buying over here, and one thing is the stop loss was big. So I told you guys to use the previous candle wick. So it was going to be very wide, and it will be a structure on the H4 time frame. When you move to the H4 time frame, it's going to be a structure. So this is a structure. So you are going to put it beneath a structure level. So this is the point you are going to put your stop loss. Okay, then you target. This was the target. This was the target. So that's how it works. So you need to buy on a strong levels. Don't just buy in the middle of a range. Okay, don't just buy in the middle of a range. It doesn't work that way. So even though I knew price is going to get to this target, but am I going to take a decision now? I'm not going to take a decision because the market is something. The market is uncertain. It is something that you can't predict it 100%. Okay, so even though as I knew, I have to make sure I'm looking at my risks too. So with my risks, I have to make sure I'm putting myself in a better position to win. So anytime you enter the market, you have to ask yourself, what if in case? Okay, what if in case? So the if in case is going to be your risks. So in case price is coming to your stop loss level, is it at a safer side? You get it? So this is the things that most beginners don't ask themselves, and they just enter a trade, and the moment they realize price is pulling back on them, they start closing the position prematurely because before they were entering the trade, they didn't calculate, or they didn't do their risk analysis. So you need to make sure you are doing your risk and reward analysis before you execute a trade. You get it? Before you execute a trade. So that's how it works. So around 11 o'clock too, we are going to see interest rates, the pound interest rate. Okay, the release on the interest rate. So you need to pay much attention to that. You need to pay much attention to that. So we had a trade on what? We had a trade on Monday. That's the only trade that I've taken so far. So you don't need okay. You don't have to be everywhere in the market. But if an opportunity presents itself, I'm going to to take a trade. So if price break through this one, okay, we need to, because 9 o'clock price is going to break, 11 o'clock price is going to break through this one. So if it breaks through that one, where am I going to make the next decision? So the next zone is going to be around this level. This is going to be the next zone for price to get to that side. So when you move to the H4 time frame too, when you move to the H4 time frame, this is the level that price is going to react on. This is the level, you get it? These are the various levels that price is going to react. So we have a clean zone. When you move to this side, this is the potential tradable zone that we can take advantage of. Okay, this is a potential tradable zone. So we need to pay close attention to that. So now price has gotten to this level, so we can't execute. You can't take a buy or you can't take a sell. Okay, because if you can't take a sell in a sense that even though it has gotten to a resistance level, and I knew that if price gets to this side, it is going to retrace. But I'm not going to take the retracement. I'm not going to take the retracement because you don't know where exactly it's going to retrace on. I2, it is going to retrace to. You get it? You don't know exactly where price is going to retrace to. So I'm not going to take a sell, because if I'm taking a sell, I'm trying to counter trend. The main trend is an uptrend. You get it? The main trend is an uptrend. So I always put myself in a position that's I'm going to win. I don't trade the correction, even though this correction can be a trend at maybe M15 or the 5-minute time frame, but I'm not going to make a decision, or I'm not going to take a trade when I'm trading against the trend. You get it? I don't trade against the trend. I make sure I'm trading with the trend. That's what I usually do. So as I said, I knew it's going to get to this side. By calculating my risk to reward, it's not worth it for me to take a sell. That's how it works. So you need to always put yourself in a position where you are going to win always. You get it? Where you are going to win always. So that's the only thing that you are going to be looking for. So on GU, it's going to be very tough. So you need to be you need to be very patient, because around 11 a.m. we are going to see the interest rate. You are going to see the release of the interest rate. So the interest rate data. So you don't know if they are saying there's going to be a rate cut. Okay, so they are expecting the same they're expecting, is it going to be the same as what happened the previous month? So now it's not confirmed yet. We can't make a decision on it yet. So we can't make a decision on it. So you don't have to worry yourself on. So let's move to Euro USD and see. So if you just joined the stream, kindly give a like. Okay, give a like on the stream. Just give a like. That's the only thing that I need from you. So on Euro USD, the monthly time frame, we are having a support level over here. You get it? So this is a strong area of interest. Okay. As this one happened, you can even take a buy as this candle broke above this one. So one thing I've seen is what the dynamic. I was testing this dynamic rigs as in how you'll be able to enter positions even if your confirmation is not right. So this is what I noticed. Let me share it with you for free of charge. So if the candle, so sometimes the candle can break high. You get it? If it breaks high and you are not getting an entry, okay, you are not getting an entry. So if you are not getting an entry, one thing that you have to notice, what if the candle starts pulling back, you start adding positions. So what happened yesterday? You see, yesterday the candle started going bearish. You knew deeply that what price is going to move up. Okay, so as it was moving bearish, you can be adding positions. So yesterday, I don't know how many people pay attention to when price was pulling back. I said you can still add what positions to that, because you can enter over here, still price can pull back. You get it? Still price can pull back. But one thing is what, if you enter over here, there was high hot. If you enter over here, there is high, like the probability is very high. Okay, you are seeking for a strong confirmation. But if price is pulling back and it hasn't broken this one, the confirmation is not clear. Okay, but if it is pulling back, it's the same thing as what, as you are asking, you have entered over here and price has started pulling back. It's the same thing. You get it? It's the same thing. So one thing I've seen is what, if price breaks and it is pulling back, you can still add positions. Okay, and positions. So assuming maybe you have entered over here, price started flipping up. You see your position, you are going to get a better position. You are going to get a better position, because if you enter over here, you are entering high. But if price has broken, now confirmation is done, price is pulling back, you add position, even though it's risky, but I think that's the best. So you divide or you apportion your risks based on where you want to seek the confirmation. Maybe if it is pulling back, you start adding like 20 to 30% of your risks, or 40% of your risks. If it breaks this one too, then you add the 4 risks to that, then what price. So I just noticed it in the market just recently, and I think it's the same thing that is going on over here. So this one for instance, when the monthly candle broke above this one, you can be adding positions. You get it? You can be adding positions. If price is pulling back, you add position. So the moment price flip, you are already in profit. Okay, because one thing is what, since the higher time frame candle, but it's not all time frame candle that you can use it for that thing. You have to take note of that. Not all time frame candle. Some time frames, especially the lower time frames, the 30 minutes and those stuffs, it's not a strong confirmation. You get it? So it's easily for it to get invalidated. So let's say if price, this guy, hello, morning. So what I was explaining is what, I've forgotten what I was even saying. So if it breaks, so I was saying not all time frames all time frame candle you can use it for this thing. Some time frame candles are not strong time frames, so the time frames are not strong, so you can't use it for this system or strategy. So when the candle breaks above this one, and if it is pulling back, hello, yeah, okay. Hello, meet you. Okay, now whatever. I'm emphasize. Answer and then we can say by 140. We can say by 140. Okay, Matt. Timido, Mama will deliver. You see, Mama will deliver command. Okay. Was it? All right. So as I'm saying, if price breaks, so especially you have to use stronger time frame confirmation, like the H4 time frame, the daily time frame, the weekly time frame. So that's why yesterday I was saying this one, even if it was flipping bearish, I was still saying what price is going to move to that side. So you see, as price got to that side, it's rejected it exactly. You get it? It's rejected it exactly. So the same thing as this one too, even though it has given you a long wick. Okay, so if price is flipping, moving down, you can be adding position. So the moment price takes off, you're already in profit. So this one you really get a better entries. Okay, so supposing maybe you were supposed to enter over here. Now if price is pulling back, you start adding positions. So now you get like maybe 3 piece, 4 piece, 5 piece, what do you call it, profit. You'll be in profit. It's like 3 piece, 5 piece before it will even get to the original level. So you have to take note of that. It's very, very important. So you can even add in position before it starts. So let's move to the weekly time frame and see what's going on. So when you move to the weekly time frame, so last week too I said if price does something like this, it's going to take off to this side. Exactly, price got to that side. You see, I've been able to predict it, but that doesn't mean what I'm entering every position. Sometimes it will take off before the time that you come to the market. So it happens. So it doesn't mean I'm taking every position, that everything that I'm saying. Sometimes you will not get an entry. By the projection, you'll be able to predict it all right, but you will not get a trade and other stuff. And sometimes too, the high time frame is giving you a big loss, a big stop loss, so you can't take it. So now the weekly time frame is what? The weekly time frame is an uptrend. You get it? So you need to go to the lower time frame to find an entry. And when it comes to the support and resistance, we have what? A support over here. If price is pulling back, it is going to pull back to this level. You get it? It's going to pull back to this level. So when you move to the daily time frame, so mostly we use the daily and what? The H4 for what? Trade entry or trade confirmations. We mostly use it for what? Trade confirmations. So now the daily time frame is what? An uptrend, in the sense that it's made lower low, lower high, lower low. The moment this candle broke this one, it turns to what? An uptrend. You get it? It has now turned to an uptrend. So as it's pull back, what are you expecting? You're expecting price to take off to this side. That's what we are expecting. You get it? We're expecting price to take off to that side. So when you move to the daily time frame, on the daily time frame, we have a support level over there. We have a support level over there on the daily time frame. We have a support level over here. So this is the daily time frame. So if the daily time frame, this candle is going to close like this, then next weekend, what do you call it? If today's candle is going to close like this, which I'm not sure because the day is too young for the candle to close like this. So suppose maybe it has closed like this. The following day candle, we are going to expect a pullback. Then it will continue to this zone. Okay. So this is a very tight, or it's a very strong zone that price is going to react on. So price moves in what? Especially you have to take the high time frame zones very, very important. Okay, you need to pay attention to them. So when you move to the H4 time frame, so the daily is what? An uptrend. You get it? The daily is an uptrend. So when you move to the H4 time frame, so currently the H4 time frame is a downtrend. You get it? The H4 time frame is a downtrend. I know someone is saying, so what's now? This candle has broken this one, so it's an uptrend. It's an uptrend. It's a downtrend in the sense that this candle, even though it has broken the highs of this one. Sorry, the lower low of this one. But the thing is, this candle hasn't closed. And you see, if you're analyzing the candle very well, you can see there was no pullback when the candle was starting. There was no pullback. Okay, there was no pullback of the candle. We need to see a pullback at the lower time frame when you move to the lower time frame. And you don't make decision or you don't conclude when the candle hasn't making a confirmation, or when a candle hasn't closed. You don't make a decision on that. You don't conclude on that maybe trend has shifted, trend has changed when a candle hasn't closed. If a candle is in session, so if you guys can see, this candle made a top wick. You get it? I hope you guys are seeing the top wick. So this top wick is confirming that this top wick is confirming that you need to make sure candle has closed before you make a decision. So the candle can do something like it is moving up, then it will retrace back as it's happened over here. So you mostly use the body of the candle to make a decision or to conclude on maybe if a structure has changed or if a structure has shifted. If the body of the candle hasn't closed, you don't make a decision. You get it? You don't make a decision. So the moment the candle broke above this one, we can't conclude now because there was no pullback. So as I was saying, if you move to the lower time frames, let's try and move to the lower time frame and see what happened over there. We need to see when the new candle was forming, that was the 5 o'clock candle. We need to see a pullback because anytime the H4 candle is open, it needs to most of the times it needs to pull back. So we needed to see a pullback, then the candle will continue. That's what mostly, if the H4 candle is open, that's what is that. Or if even a candle is opening, so the pullback is going to be a wick. The pullback is going to be a wick at the H4 time frame. So this one formed with no wick. You get it? There was no pullback. So the wick is going to be a pullback at the lower time frame. There was no pullback. So one thing I'm expecting is I'm expecting the pullback to happen. So where did the candle start? So this is where the candle started. So it started around this level. Okay. So if it is pullback, this is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting this candle to come back to this side. I'm expecting this candle to come back to this side. Okay. I'm expecting it to come back to this side before it will start moving bearish again. Okay, before it will start moving bearish again. This is what I'm expecting on the H4 time frame. So we need to see a pullback. If it has not pulled back, the chances of price getting to the level is very high. So I'm expecting a pullback. When it pulls back, then trend will continue to the trend will continue to this level. That's what I'm expecting to happen. But currently we have a zone. So you need to, as I'm saying, you need to always make sure you are at the safer side. So why do you want to buy if price has got into this resistance. I'm not saying sometimes it can break, sometimes it can break, but you need to always make sure the chances, or as in at long run, are you going to be profitable if you are buying at this level? So you see, as price got to the level, it started retracing. As price got to this level, it started retracing. So you need to always make sure you are putting yourself in a position where you are going to win more often. Okay, you need to put yourself in a position where you are going to win more often. So price got to this level and it has started what? Price got to this level, it has started retracing. So I don't have to buy at this point. Okay, I don't have to buy at this point, because if I'm buying at this point, I'm buying on a resistance. I'm buying on a resistance. So this will be the safer side. If price break above this one, then this is the point I can enter a buy. This is the point I can enter a buy. So at this point I can't enter a buy because price is at a choked position. So you see it is pulling back. So as I'm saying, the H42 is going to pull back. So that's what I'm expecting. So currently I will be waiting for the 8 o'clock candle to see how it is going to close. Then we make a decision on for the trend to continue, the buys. Okay, for the buys. So let's look at gold and see. Let's move on gold. So last time we anticipated gold is going to fall. Gold has broken through that. So yesterday was the FOMC. So this is the FOMC candle we saw on gold yesterday. It was bullish. So this was and it pulled back as it broke, it pulled back again. Okay. So gold is currently, so let's analyze let's start from the daily time frame, because on the weekly time frame there's no data there's no data for us to rely on. So when you move to the daily time frame, on the daily time frame we had a resistance over here. We had a resistance. When you move to the H4 time frame, so currently price is choked. So we have a resistance over there too. You get it? You have a resistance. You have a support. So price is currently in a choked position on gold. So unless it has broken through this one, you can't enter. Gold is you can't enter a buy now. You get it? Price is already gone. So you can't enter a buy now. You can't enter a buy now on gold. And the price action looking left to it is not that clean at the higher time frame, the H1 time frame. So you have a resistance. So the chances of price reacting to those levels. So when you see resistance or those levels, one thing you have to notice we are going to see a correction, or we are going to see retracements and other stuff. We are going to see consolidations. When we see price reacting on these levels, when you see resistance, those levels, one thing you have to take note is price is going to consolidate most of the times, or more often price is going to consolidate. So this is what I'm expecting to see on gold. You are mostly going to see something like this before either it will break above, and we have a wick over here too, or either price is going to break above, then fill this wick to either move upwards or to retrace. So since we're having a wick over here, I'm expecting it to happen. You get it? This is what I'm expecting it to happen on gold, for this wick to get filled. So this interest rate has reminded me of when I started. I remember some time ago, I never knew there was an interest rate that was on pound. I never knew there was an interest rate, and I was in this position. The moment I realized, oh my my account is So I was wondering why the account is zero. So something prompts me that I should what? I should check Forex Factory. I checked and there was interest rates. The account is gone. Charlie, that day I was very sad. I was very, very sad. I was very, very sad. So you need to pay attention. You need to pay attention to the high impact needs. It can drain you or it cannot. It can depress you. It can wipe all your accounts and you get depressed. So this is what I'm expecting to unload. Your account will be gone. So you have to the economic calendar should always be with you. That's the first thing you need to check, even if you're analyzing. Unless maybe, so you see yesterday, for instance, on the day, unless maybe you are taking position on the daily time frame, you are focusing on what that the higher time frames, so like the daily time frames, the weekly time frame. With that one, you don't have to pay much attention to what. You don't have to pay much attention to the higher time frame. So the news. That's why I said you don't have to be trading the news. Those hype things that they are doing on the internet, forget about them and learn the proper way. You get it? Learn the news. Trading news, it's very simple. I can be doing it, but it's not something that's worth it. Okay. Or it's sometimes you can wait for the news to be released, then you follow. If it pulls back, then you continue the trend. It's a high risk way of entering the market. So why don't I wait for the proper time to analyze the market? That's the best way to go. So I'm expecting gold to be consolidating. So what are you guys listening to? I have to know the people who have been consistent on the stream. Where are you listening from? Your name and where you are listening from. I knew one guy, Daniel something has been consistent over here. And for Tamaklo to have been consistent. I knew these two people have been consistent. Who else? Where are you listening from? Your name and where you are listening from. Let me know that people have been consistent. And how many people took the buy on Euro USD? How many people took the buy on Euro? The GBP JPY yesterday? What I talked about. Yeah, Daniel, you have been consistent. You've been doing well. Where are you people listening from? So, and how many people took the GBP JPY yesterday? There was a certain guy who said I should analyze GBP JPY. Western North Ghana, Jcon too has been consistent. Yeah, and Daniel too, and Busundemi Joshua. Busundemi Joshua too has been consistent. So these 4 people have been consistent. So how many people took the? No, I didn't take any trade yesterday. I hope you guys remember we analyzed the GJ. How many people took it? And even the person who brought it, he didn't even take it. So Sunyani Ghana. Okay. So you are all from Ghana. Are you all from Ghana? You don't have South African people over here. Alright, so this is what I'm expecting on. You're all from Ghana? Are you all from Ghana? How many people are outside Ghana? Okay, so it seems you're all from Ghana. Alright, so All right, so we are waiting for the let's wait for the H1 candle to close. Then what? So when it comes to the GJ, when it comes to if you're analyzing JBP, JPY, so let me check this back to BTC USD. I think most people are interested in that. BTC USD. If you're having $10, $15, don't try this thing. You get it? Yeah, so yesterday too, I said it is going to buy. If you guys can recall, I said it's going to buy. So as price pulled back, I was saying it is going to retrace on this level, then it will continue. I said it exactly. So as it got to the level, but most of the times the entry is the most difficult part. Getting the entry, sometimes price giving you the entry is price giving you the entry is the most difficult thing to get. Getting the entry is the most difficult thing. Sometimes it's very hard for you to do. Yesterday I said that it's going to move up since it has broken the daily candle. So I said the daily candle, you have a strong zone over here that the daily candle has broken through. You get it? You have a strong area over here that the daily candle has broken through. So when you move to the H4 time frame, with the H4 time frame, price has broken out. We were seeing the correction. So this was a correction, then price took off. You get it? So anytime price will get to those strong levels, if price gets to those levels, you need to make sure we are going to see price to take off, price to correct or retest on those levels to continue. That's what mostly you have to be expecting. So it's the same thing that I'm expecting on Euro USD. So I'm expecting on Euro USD, I'm expecting the H1 candle to pull back. I'm expecting a pullback for the H4 to form a wick. Okay, to form a wick. So how many people are seeing progress as I started the live stream? So how many people are seeing progress in their journey? If you are seeing progress in your journey, that the live stream should continue. Let me know in the chat box. How many people are seeing progress? How many people are seeing progress in their trading? And especially, what are the things that you've learned in the live stream? More progress. So what are some of the things that you've learned that you never knew about? What are the things that you've learned that you never knew about? Meeting you is a blessing for me. Wow, thank you. Thank you. More money to be made. I'll be making you more money. So Monday, I made you people money on live. You traded live. I made you people money. So if the market gives an opportunity So when you are coming to the market every weekend, every week, this is what you have to. My plan is to get one high quality trade, one, only one. I don't want more, I don't want less. I need only one high quality trade. Because some people will trade like 10 times within a weekend. They will lose everything to the market. Meeting you is a blessing. Using the higher time frame for confirmation and getting the setups and confirmation. Yeah. Please, now that I started. So it just started. So one secret about this thing is what? Just be consistent. Don't let anything discourage you. Okay. And you, for instance, you even getting someone who is guiding you. Don't let anything discourage you, because this game can be discouraging. It can discourage you, especially if you don't know what you are doing. It can discourage you. I've been there before. It's several times that I've cried. I'm not seeing progress, and especially if you see your colleagues, your friends, people you follow on Instagram making money, like they are showing profit, you ask yourself, why are you not making this profit? Why are you losing? But one thing is what? Take it slow. It will surely click, and stick to one. Don't follow many things. You get it? Don't follow many things. The principle that you have to have in mind is what? The market structure. You learn how the market structure moves. You get the wave, how the market moves in waves, how the market trend. If you learn this thing, you don't have to worry about anything again. If you study how the market moves, you blend it with higher time frames, you are there to go. You get it? But the moment you start focusing on many things, if you learn this thing, you can trade as many pair as you can, because it's the same principle that is applied to all the currency pairs. So if you master market structure, you master the support and resistance level, you are there to go. But one thing too that you have to bear in mind is what? The market, most people see the market differently. You get it? So even though you are learning how to trade from me, it will get to some time, the way you see the market will be different from the way I will see the market, based on your experience level. And experience too will come as a result of what? If you are consistently seeking mentorship and consistently learning, you get it? That's when the experience comes. So you need to seek experience. Experience is very important in this day. You can't be profitable if you are not having experience. You get it? So you blend the mentorship, you blend the coaching with what? Experience. I can't give you an experience. Experience is not bought or sold. No one can give you an experience. Experience is going to be, you are going to acquire experience by yourself when you study, analyze. It will get to some time you love to analyze the market. And it will get to some time you start seeing, doing the analysis, you start seeing the market moving in your favor. That's when you realize that the thing has clicked. You get it? That's when you start realizing the thing has finally clicked. So you don't have to give up. Nothing is easy in this world. The world itself is it's a tough place to be. I don't know who brought us here, but the world is a tough place to live. To survive, survival is not easy on this earth. So don't expect something that is going to give you. So imagine maybe last Monday you got a trade, and you got like $1,000. You are in a third world country. You can spend it the whole of the month, more than the whole of the month. You get it? You got $1,000. So it's all about you understanding how to trade. Capital is not a problem. If you know how to trade, capital is not a problem at all. You have many people who are willing to fund people. Many people who are willing to invest in people. Many people who are willing to I remember those times I used to get people messaging me, do I trade? But one thing is if you know you are not good, don't go and take someone's money. Don't go and take a loan to trade. It's going to put unnecessary. In trading, you have to have a free mind. That's why I'm saying, if you are not having something that is paying your bills, you are not going to succeed in trading. You get it? You are not going to succeed in trading. So you need to get something that is something that is giving you income. Don't rely solely on trading. Don't rely solely on trading as your means or source of income. It's not going to go well with you. If you rely solely on trading, it's not going to go well with you. So you need to have something that is paying your bills for the meantime. Trading should also be part of what? Your source of income. Don't rely solely. Don't say trading is going to do everything for you. So you are not going to what? Find even no rich person is having only one source of income. They haven't multiple sources of income. So trading should be part of your source of income. Don't rely on. So if someone calls me, or if someone comes to me that my brother is sick, so I want to learn trading to pay the bill, hospital bill. I said, wow, do you think trading is easy like that? That you are going to use that money to pay your hospital, pay your brother or your siblings hospital bills? It doesn't work that way. Trading, even if you trade under pressure, you are going to make dumb decisions, because the market is not going to tell you this is the time I'm going to give you an opportunity or chance. And even if the chance comes, it's a probability game. It can happen you can lose the trade, it can happen you can win the trade. Nothing is certain in this market. Okay, so it just you are playing what? Probability game. But one thing is, what if you have an edge if you take a series of trade, at long run you are going to be at the what? At the profit side. That's how it works. So make sure you are finding something doing. Make sure you have something that is what? Helping you to pay your bills. Trading should be what? Should be part of your source of income. It shouldn't be your sole source of income. It should be part of your source of income. You get it? You have many things that you can do to support. If you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to do your own thing, you have many things that you can do to support your income. So even if you are working, you can still trade. It works. If you understand how the market works, you can still trade. Okay, you can still trade. So understand how the market moves. It shall be well. Okay, it shall be well. Your grind or whatever you are going through, as you are putting in the work, it will one day pay off. Never give up. Okay, life is tough. Give yourself, don't even give time limit to whatever you are doing. Just make sure you are doing the right thing every day, putting in the work every day. Progress is slow, progress is invisible. You don't usually see it. You get it? You don't usually see it, but with time. So let me give you this story. I want to inspire you this morning. So I remember those times when I completed university, I wanted to do my own thing. And I was thinking it's going to click instantly. I was thinking things are going to work upfront. But it really took me like 2 to 3 years. So I was unemployed, doing trading things, even though I lose and those things. But I was much interested, or I was focused on the learning. I was interested in the learning from my experienced people day in and day out. I was learning from experienced people. Like when things started clicking, I passed my friends who have been working for 5 years. The things that I've been able to achieve, I've been able to even pass my friends who have worked for 5 years and those stuff. You get it? So that's how it works. It might look like things are not clicking. It might look like you are not seeing progress. Don't be bothered about the progress. Be much focused on the work. Okay, if you put in much work, the output too is going to be much. But if you are not putting in much work, the output too is going to be very minimal. You are not going to see it. So keep on working. Anything that you are doing, make sure you are doing it with all your heart, with all your strength, and don't put unnecessary pressure on you. That's why I said, if you are doing something, if you are starting out something, one thing I've seen it, most of you have started posting trading. If you started trading last 2 months, last 2 weeks, you started posting it on your WhatsApp status. Putting unnecessary pressure on you. Your friends will start calling you. How far is your trading thing? In case maybe you need the help, I've been there before. In case you need the help from your friends, they will tell you, are you not the one who is posting profit on your status that you are making money, and now you are come to beg me? Even for me at my level, some things I keep it secret from other people. You get it? Some things I keep it secret. You've started 2 weeks to 1 month. You started adding forex to your name. You started adding forex to your name. Please, the game is not easy. The game is not easy. Just keep it to yourself. Make sure you are getting close to people who are doing the same thing as you are doing. You get it? Make sure you are doing you are getting close. That's why it's important to have a community, people that you can talk to, not your status. You can't talk to those people. Don't understand whatever you are doing. Don't start posting your profit. If you make profit today, so me, even if I win a trade, I just ask myself, this win could have also been what? A loss. Don't rejoice when you make a profit. Don't be sad when you make profit. It's part of the game. Move on. If I make profit, I don't rejoice. I don't do anything. Just normal, because I was expecting to win. That's why I set what? Take profit. If I lose, I was expecting to lose. That's why I set what? Stop loss. Don't rejoice when you make profit. Be happy. It's part of the game. That's why you stayed it. That's why you took the trade. You took the trade to make profit. Don't be excited too much. You've made a profit. Nah, if you make a loss, it's part of the game. Learn from it. Move on. Okay, so stop posting it on your WhatsApp status, especially those in Africa. WhatsApp is what you posting it on your WhatsApp status. No one cares. No one cares about those things that you are doing. No one cares. No one actually cares about your progress. So no one actually cares about what you are doing. The most important thing is what? Is it making profit within you? Are you making money from whatever you are doing? Are you sure you are making money? Are you not trading them? So why are you posting it on your status? So that's the little advice I want to give you. Stop adding forex to your names. Stop posting it on your status, WhatsApp status. Everyone is seeing you are trading. It's not going to do anyone anything. Those things are not going to do you anything. And analysis and backtesting should be part of you. You should backtest more often. You should backtest. Before you backtest, you need to know what exactly you are backtesting. You get it? Live market and backtesting. Live market and learning from what? Experienced people. Learning from experienced people. And with time, within less than a year, if you are consistent, you are going to see results. And don't make sure you are following only one person. That's what I'm going. But if you are following multiple people, they are going to teach you different things, especially multiple people doing different things, having different strategy. You are going to see different things. So if you are supposed to what? Take an entry over here, someone too will tell you there was a fair value gap, there was a smart money concept, there was an ICT something here. Then you are stuck. You don't know the decision you are making. So in trading, if you learn multiple things, it's kind of confusing. That's how the games work. It's kind of confusing. If you are learning different things, it's kind of confusing. So I'm giving you a beginner's advice. Focus on yourself. Don't be angry if you see someone posting results, someone posting profits and those things. Even though it's inspiring, but sometimes within you get depressed and sad. Your time will get there. You get it. You get there. It will surely get your time. But some people can't stick something for long. One thing is what? Anything good doesn't come easily. Anything good doesn't come easily. So that's what I'm saying. I'm expecting a pullback on the H4 time frame. That's what I'm expecting. So I started the live stream to show you how usually, if I'm analyzing, this is what I do. It's all about waiting. You get it? It's all about waiting. So I'll just be waiting. Sometimes you will not get anything. So you need to get use of the waiting. Okay, you need to get used. You have to get used of the waiting. So the H4 candle has gotten to this resistance. So I'm expecting it to pull back. If it pulls back, then the wick will be created. There's going to be a wick, the pullback over here. So I want to see a pullback on this candle. That's what I'm expecting. I want to see a pullback on this candle. So I think tomorrow too, we're having retail sales. Wow, this week is kind of full of events. This week is full of events. So we're having retail sales to tomorrow, early morning, 6 a.m. We're having retail sales. And during you're having Canadian retail sales too, during the New York session. So on Monday, next week Monday too, around 8:30. So the Forex market is full of news events. It's full of news events. So you have flash manufacturing PMI. So we are in September, October. So October will be the markets will be full of unexpectancy. You are going to expect big move because of the upcoming US election. So the election is going to happen on November, right? So you are going to be seeing before to November. You are going to be seeing a lot of unexpected, like a lot of news events and unexpected news because of the upcoming election, and we are heading towards December too. So from today to December, you need to make sure you are doing you need to make sure you are very careful on the decisions. You need to seek for strong confirmations. So from next year, I'm promising you, we are going to crash the market. We are going to crash the market. Okay, so we just started. This year is just a preparation. So those who just saw me, just a preparation. So from next year, you are going to, you are testing the waters. So this year you are just testing the waters, and you guys have seen how most of the times the market has been playing out. So next year you are going to use 10 lot sizes, 100 lot sizes. one trade in your favor, that you are going to buy this thing. You are going to get the Lamborghini. Yeah, next year, if you are alive, if you are still alive, you are going to crash the market. You are going to. I'm hoping next year those who will be following. Oh yeah, like if for 6,000. Yeah, so you have to start small. You have to start small. So you start with smaller accounts. If you pass it, start getting payouts. Then you use your payout to upgrade or buy a challenge, which is an account which is bigger than your previous one. So you scale up. You don't just move straight, so that even if you lose an account, it was profit from the prop firm. You get it? It was profit from the prop firm. So for me, my own, I stopped trading it sometime. I was trading my personal account, so I just started, but I think I'm up. I was in drawdown, but I'm now up 1% or so. So it's left with 4%. Then I pass everything, but the market has been slow. It has been a while that I traded that account. I left it for some time. I think the whole of August I wasn't trading it. So I just started trading it. So I'm up like 1%, or I think less than 1% or so. So it's all about you understanding. If you understand it, trading, there's no time in capital is not a problem. Capital actually is not a problem if you know how to trade. You can start with prop firms, and you have legit prop firms like FTMO. They are going to pay you. They are there for long term. They are going to pay you. You have shady prop firms, but FTMO is going to pay you. Okay, so it's all about focusing yourself, getting the skill sets, and you are there to go. Capital is not a problem at all. But before that, you need to start with a small account. So if you don't know what you are doing, you start with a small account. You get it? You start with a small account. So me, I always say, if you know how to trade within you, deep within you what? Deep within you realize you are making progress. Deep within you, no one should tell you've now understood whatever you are doing. Okay, no one is going to tell you've now understood what you are doing. You, deep within you are going to see you are making progress. So if you start with small accounts, you see you are making money like 2 to 3 months, then you can move to pro firms. And exactly, you know your weakness. If you are not good at what? Predicting the market, you exactly know. You get it? You exactly know. If you know you are not good at entries, you know. If you know when, like, I didn't start straight, like, you see, I didn't start straight away like that. You get it? You people should understand. I didn't start straight away like that. Those times, things used to be very difficult for me. Sometimes I'll be in a position, and when to even exit the trade, it was very difficult. I'll be in the trade, and sometimes the trade will come and hit my stop loss. Sometimes the trade will come and hit my stop loss, and it will move in my favor. And I'll say, I should have closed over here. But it will get to sometimes I'll close early and the trade will move. I was not aware. I was totally confused on where to take profit actually. But with time, never gave up. With time, I started figuring out, learning from people. It didn't fall on me. I was learning from people. Okay, I was learning from people who are already making it. So I was learning from people, learning from them, and I started to understand. Okay, and I was adding my experience to that. With time, I started understanding where I should take profit. And when it comes to entry, I started figuring things out myself. Oh, this time frame is strong time frame. If I use this time frame, it works. Oh, this time frame doesn't work. You get it? So all these things that you are doing is not going to happen within a day. So don't expect results to happen within a day or a month. It's about what time you are going to figure it when trading opens, when the market opens, when the market closes, when the market opens, when the market closes. That's when you are going to figure it out. You get it? That's when. So that's the same. Someone is saying that's the same thing. Yeah. So with time you get it. Okay. It's all about you learning. It's all about you being consistent. Not giving up shouldn't be your option. Giving up is not an option. That's what you have to tell yourself. Giving up. So that's why I'm saying you have to take it slow. Some people are too aggressive. They want to make the money they want to make the bag very quick. That's when you give up. You tell yourself it doesn't work. So you take it small so that when you lose, it will not hurt you much. You get it? It will not hurt you much. And if you don't want to use your more money, you can get a pro firm account. If you get a pro firm, but with that one, you have to make sure you know what you are doing exactly. You have to know what you are doing exactly. That's the most important thing. So I've been at the beginning stage. As I started this thing, it wasn't today. It was early 2019. So imagine, okay, late 2018. So it's been a while. Okay, so if I'm predicting, if I'm analyzing, you don't have to expect it. It just happened within a day. So when it comes to how to enter and exit the market, it's all about using those levels. You get it? Using those levels. So it's all about using the level. So if you have a problem, you get it. If you have a problem, if you are facing any challenge, come to the live stream. Come and ask your questions. I'm going to answer you. Okay. I'm here I want people to understand. At least one day you just mention your name. You saw a random person on the internet, and you learn from the person. Even if you don't mention my name, God knows you learned from me. If you keep it to yourself, if you keep it to yourself that you are self-taught, God knows you learned from someone. So God knows you learned from someone. God knows you learned from someone. So that's not a problem. I don't care. For me, I don't expect anyone. So I don't expect anything from anyone. That's how I am. I don't expect anything. If you mention my name, I don't care. If you don't mention my name, I don't care. So when it comes to trade exits, as I said, the market moves in waves. You get it. If it is in an uptrend, okay, let's see. If it is in a downtrend, this is how it moves. So it is going to what? This is going to be a resistance. So if it is retracing, it has a full leg to retrace on. It's either going to retrace over here, retrace over here. So if it is retracing over here, this point should be the point you are going to take an entry. You get it? This is the point you should take an entry. So if you are taking an entry over here, this is the point is going to be your take profit. Okay. So you need to know the time frame you are focusing on. You get it? You need to know the time frame. So mostly the time frame that you get the entry on, that's the time frame that is going to give you where you are going to take your profit. So if you entered over here, this is the point you are going to exit. So on Monday trade GBP USD, we entered a buy around. So we entered a buy over here. This is the point you entered a buy. So the profit was at the daily. So this is the point. The take profit was around this level, right? Forgotten, either this level. So one of the levels at the daily time frame. You know the trade was taken on what? The trade was taken on. We took profit around this level, so we took profit there. You took profit around. So I hope those profits are still there. You people have those who took the trade. I know, I'm sure the profit is still there. You not lost it to the market again. So we took profit around this level. It was because we took profit because there was a daily resistance over here. Okay. So even though price broke through, but that doesn't mean I should have left the trade running. Okay. There was always the chances of price breaking through at the daily resistance or support is very low. Most of the times it is going to get back to your entry. So if you have seen it if you have seen it breaking through, that doesn't mean you have to always you need to always allow it to run. You need to have a plan. So if the plan was to take profit to exit this side, the plan was to exit at this level. The plan was to take profit at this level. When price gets to this level, take profit. When price gets to this level, you need to take profit. You get it? When price gets to this side, you need to take profit. When price gets to this level, you need to take profit. Don't allow it don't break your rules. That's why you need to have a plan. So trading is a business, and for every business, you need to have a plan. Your marketing plan, your sales plan, how you employ people, the plan you take to employ people, everything. Okay, all the plans, the tactics you are going to make a sales, you need to have all these things in mind. So it's the same thing as trading. Trading too, you need to have a plan where you are going to take profit. You need to have a plan for that. Where you are going to enter the market, you need to have a plan for that. So if you don't have a plan, trading plan, then if you don't have, there's a saying that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail also. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail also. Forgotten the code. So if you are not having plan, you are going to be messing up. You are going to get confused. So when it comes to entry, focus on entry. How are you going to enter the market? So I've already showed you. So the market, it was on H4 time frame. So this is the point you took the trade was. This is the point. So the H4 time frame, so the H4 time frame, the H4 candle broke. So my plan for my trading plan is if the candle breaks, I don't want to be what buying on what a resistance. So if the candle has broken, as the candle has broken, so now I have to check whether we don't have any resistance or support. So I realize you don't have any resistance or support. So the chances of price getting to this target is very high. You get it? The chances of price getting to this target is very high. So have it in mind. So as the H4 candle broke, then since there was no entry for me now, I have to move to what the lower time frame, because where the H4 candle has broken, from that side to the area of interest is not far. You get it? So it was like 7 pips. So I moved to the H1 time frame. So if you move to, so I moved to the H1 time frame and I realized the H1 time frame too is having a clean zone. So the target was at this level. The target was at this level. So initially I didn't count the stream early. I would have entered over here, but I didn't count the stream early. So I got a trade over here. So my trade, this one, the H1 broke up. You are expecting it to, but we saw multiple support levels at H1 time frame, which is in what in accordance, or it's in the same direction with the trend. You get it? It was in the same direction with the trend. So we had what a support level over here. We had a support level over here. So before price will break through multiple support levels, it's going to be very high. But you need to make sure it is with the trend. Okay. If you see multiple support levels, you need to make sure it is with the trend. So as I saw this one, initially I was supposed to enter the trade over here at the H4 support level. Okay. But the reason are multiple support levels. So we had a support level. We had what? We had a support level over here. You get it? We had a support level over here. So I noticed before price, as price is taking off, before it will come back, it's going to be even very high. Yeah, the chances of it getting back is very, even though, so that's why I placed my stop loss on what? That's why I use the H4 time frame as H4 candle as my support, because one thing I've noticed is what most of the trades that I've been losing, if I use the lower time frames, I usually get more losing trade. So I usually prefer using the H4 candle. So I placed my stop loss beneath here. Even though I saw a market structure, I could have placed my stop loss over here, but the reason why I didn't do that is what this one can easily be invalidated. You get it? It can easily be invalidated. So that's why I place my stop loss over here. So for price to come down, break this one, break this one, break this one, before it will break structure, it's going to be, the chances of it breaking is going to be very slim. You get it? The chances is going to be very slim. So that's why I place my stop loss beneath over here. So the moment this one got broken, even though I was supposed to enter, but the moment this one got broken, I entered. That's my entry. Okay, that's my entry. So I entered, and what? I place my targets at this level. You get it? So I have this plan. You get it? So anytime I'm going to enter the market, I'm going to make sure I'm going to be doing the same thing. You get it? I'm going to be doing the same thing. So if I'm not doing the same thing, it's going to be very difficult to succeed in this game. You need to have a plan. So you need to ask yourself, if you're about to sleep, ask yourself, in the forex market, if you're entering, what are the things that you consider before you enter the market? You have to ask yourself. If you don't have a consistent way of doing it, then you have to tell yourself you have still not figured it out. You get it? Because those people you have been seeing them making thousands or millions of dollars in the forex market, I'm not sure they are doing things randomly. Everything that they are doing is consistent. And you guys have been seeing anything that I've been doing on this stream for the past trades that you've been taking have been consistent. So if you take GJ for instance, yesterday I gave you a clear evidence of this thing that has happened before on GU. So who will remember that? If you remember it, kindly drop it in the chat box. That do you remember that? Many of you remember yesterday I gave you a clear evidence. I gave you a clear evidence that this thing has happened before. So the chart is going to happen again. How many of you remember I said something like that? How many of yeah, I gave you an evidence that this thing has happened. It happened on April, is it April or so? Yeah, this thing. You get it? This pattern has happened before. The same thing over here. It's the same thing over here. So watch this one and compare it. Watch the way this one broke. Head towards the next reactional level. It head towards the next reactional level. So is it not the same thing as this one? The same thing. You get it? The same thing. The same thing. So the patterns are always the same. The patterns are always what? The same. And this one too, the reason why I didn't give it much attention is what? Because of the FOMC. When it is high impact news like that, even anything that can happen. And around the New York session too, I saw a spike. I was watching this happen around New York. Why, Benny, you took it? You didn't take it? Okay. So around the New York session, I saw. Okay. I saw it at the New York session. I saw a move. And one thing too is, if I don't trade the pairs, sometimes I usually observe. So I don't trade GJ. So that's why I didn't even give it much attention. Okay. I didn't give it much attention. So now when it comes to the next move, okay, so maybe you are going to see the pound interest rate. If not the pound interest rate, I would have given you what to expect on the GJ. So now this one has already broken it. So you just have to find an entry. But before that, you need to make sure what? You need to make sure this candle has closed. But one thing is what? This candle has broken the previous structure. Candle structure has been validated because it has broken the dip of this one. You get it? It has broken the dip of this one. So if candle breaks the previous candle dip, it tells you that it is going to continue, but it just made a pullback. So now it is trying to. This one too hasn't broken it yet. So if it breaks this one, the only way you are going to confirm, mostly we use the body of the candle to confirm. So the only way you are going to confirm the move is to what? Make sure the candle has closed. You get it? So now you can't confirm, even though this one has broken through. It has broken through this resistance levels. Okay. So the only way we are going to confirm the trend is what? Wait for this candle to close. But one thing is what? If not the interest rates, I would have told you what to do. But because of the interest rate, when it comes to interest rate, anything can happen. You get it? Anything. So the H12 is also looking good. So I think if not the interest rate, it would have been a good buy to continue to the next zone. You get it? It would have been a good buy to continue to the next zone because the H4 candle is going to close at what? So if the H4 candle closes around 9 o'clock, the thing to wait for. If it closes around 9 o'clock, the thing to wait for is what? The H1 candle is going to. So you just wait for what? A pullback, market structure, Okay, then what? Take you take a buy at a flip. You take a buy to this side. But because of the interest rates, I'm not going to tell you to take a buy or to take a position on the pound when the interest rate is about to be released. So around 11 a.m. GMT, the interest rate is going to be released, and we need to pay much attention to that. You get it? You need to pay much attention to that. So if the H4 candle, now the H4 candle has broken, but the reason we can't make a decision now is what candle structure has been invalidated. It tends to what a downtrend. It tends to a downtrend. So now we need to wait for this one to break. We need to make sure this one has broken. If it breaks, then what we can take the next move. Okay, so I will still be keeping an eye on GJ on what will happen. So the beautiful part about this game is what if you use the higher time frames, the market becomes very clear and what you get a peace of mind. But if you are using higher time frame, you are always under stress. You are always under pressure because within how can you bet like if you're trading a bigger account, how can you bet your money on just a shorter time frame like 5 minutes, 1 minute? Just things are happening very quick. Things are happening very quick. You get it? Things are happening very quick. So it's not advisable to be. If you are using higher time frame, you get peace of mind. You trade with sound mind. So when it comes to the when it comes to what do you call it? This one, for instance, support and resistance. I always make sure I'm using the higher time frame to confirm the break. Especially, I use the H4 to confirm. So this one, if the H4 breaks, then what? I then have chances to what? Move to the lower time frames. I will then move to the lower time frame. So if the H4 has broken, so the reason why belief, I was having a strong belief that this one is going to continue over here is what because the daily candle breaks. The daily candle broke above this one. That's why I was having a strong belief that what it's going to continue to this side. Okay. So especially if the H4 breaks this one, I won't see confirmation. So let's try something out. So you see this one there, you see the M15 has broken it. So let's say maybe you are taking an entry based on the M15 time frame, even though you are going to use volume and other stuff to confirm. But you see there was a retracement. So I always say one thing from experience, one thing I've noticed is what those lower time frames when it breaks structure, when it breaks what do you call it, higher time frame support or resistance, they are not all that strong as compared to the H4 time frame. So I always use the H4 time frame to confirm a break of what the support or resistance. So if it has broken above this one, for instance, if it has broken above and there was no entry on the H4, what I will do is what I'll go to the lower time. I'll go to the lower time frames to seek confirmation. Okay, so maybe I'll go and seek for a structure at lower time frames. Then I'll take a buy. That's what usually I look for. Okay, so that has given me a strong what do you call it? It really gives me a strong belief or what I have strong trust in my analysis because of the higher time frames that I use. So if it breaks, even though this one has broken, but we need to wait for what? We need to wait for this one to confirm because the candle structure has been invalidated over here. The candle structure invalidated over here. And now you need to wait for this one to break above this one. But if the body closes above this one, it's still an uptrend. But for now, you need to make sure if this candle breaks above this one, then we are going to use this the closure of this candle for decision making. But since it hasn't broken, then the only candle we are going to use for confirmation is the previous candle. And with the previous candle, this ongoing candle has broken this one. So we can't use it for what? Confirmation. We need to use what? The previous candle for confirmation. So that's what we are going to be what? Expecting. So we are going to make decision when this one close. It would have been a nice continuation, a nice buy. But one thing is, because of the interest rate, I don't want us to be making a decision where it is going to affect us whilst we know it's the right thing to do. So if not the interest rate, so I think I have to add JJ to the pairs that we are going to be looking for. You'll be adding JJ to that. So you'll be analyzing JJ too. So one thing we are going to wait for. So in the next 30 minutes, you get it. In the next 30 minutes, this one is going to close. So we are going to wait for the closure, and I will show you what we'll be doing next. Okay, as I said yesterday, as I showed you yesterday, because of the interest rate, it's so around 9 o'clock, 9, 10. So 9, 10, 11, 2 hours to the interest rate release. 2 hours to the interest rate release. This GBP interest rate, the way it moves, if it is moving, most of the time, one thing I've been seeing is most of the interest rates, what happens is what we see less sell on any, we see weakness in what? The pound. That's what I've noticed. I've not come across an interest rate where, especially the pound rate, where there has been what? Mostly does a rate cut. I don't know whether you are going to experience a high, but according to technicals, according to technical analysis, you are expecting to see what? You are expecting to see, according to technicals, you are expecting to see what? A rate hike, a hike in a rate. Okay, so when we have a hike in a rate, that means what? The currency is going to appreciate in value. We are going to see what? Bullish trend. But according to from my experience, mostly I see what? Pound dropping. Most of the interest rate that I've experienced, I've been seeing the pound dropping. Most of the interest rates I see. So let's see, maybe today will be different thing. So if this one close, I'll show you if the H4 candle close above this daily zone, because when it comes to the H4, for instance, we have what? We have lower low. You see, price try to move up, it bounce back, try to move, it bounce back, try to move, it bounce back. How many times? 1, 2, 3. See how strong the zone is. So if this candle has been able to break through this zone, then the chances of price continue to this level is very high. The chances of price is getting to this level is very high. So if the H4 is closing like this, so now you have to wait for the H4 to close. As I explained, this one has been broken, so candle structure has been invalidated. You need to what? The moment this one breaks, it is telling you that what? It is going to move down, unless it has broken this one. And even if it breaks this one, we need to what? We need to wait for the closure, because now you are in what? It's like a dodgy candle, indecision. You don't know where the price exactly wants to go, because it has broken this one, it moved down, and what? It has started moving up. What is the chances of it's moving up? It can come back again. So what we are going to be setting on is what? You need to wait for the candle to close. If the candle is settle, if the candle settle above this level, then we can make a decision to this side to get it. Then we can take buy to this side. So now we are going to wait for the candle to close. So in the next 30 minutes, the H4 candle is going to close. Until then, we can't make a decision. So we need to wait for the H4 candle to close to make a decision. Because when it comes to because it's on a resistance, when it comes to Euro USD, so I think I have to add GBP JPY to the press. That's it. For gold, Most of you are having small accounts, so I'm not going to tell you people to be trading gold. Small accounts, gold will come and wipe your profit, and you'll come and cry in my DM. I remember some time past, I gave gold signal and the thing retraced. People grew their account before the thing even went today. People grew their account before the pair started moving in their favor. So I decided not to give gold signal. So if you have studied me well, when I'm analyzing gold, I don't usually give it attention like that. But most of you are having smaller accounts. If I give signal, the stop loss is going to be big and you might blow the account. So you need to make sure you're having a sufficient account to handle the pullback on gold. When it comes to BTC, when it comes to the indices, the Nasdaq, the US30, the S&P, and those pairs, those instruments, if you're having small account, don't venture. Trade currencies when you build up your account, or unless maybe you are trading for firm or investors account before you try it. And I would advise you, if you are trying any pair, make sure you have tested it. Use demo to test it and see whether the movement of the price. So I've been trading some pairs and I just tell you people I'm not going to trade it again because of the movement. Yes, because of the movement. So I decided to stop trading with pairs. So you need to understand, you need to make sure you like the way the pair moves. You understand the way the pair moves before you even think of before you even think of trading that pair. Don't just wake up and just using your life money to bet on an instrument that you don't understand. Make sure you traded pair sometime on demo account. Sometime. Let's put the demo account for some time. Test it on demo account before you start using your life money to bet on it. If you have not tested, I will tell you to, but don't trade it on your live account. Don't trade it on your live account. Make sure you have tested it for some time before. So we are waiting for the candle close. We are waiting for the candle to close before we decide. When it's closed like this, then if it goes above this one, because I'm already explaining to you how strong this one is. Okay, I'm already explaining to you how strong it is. I've already explained how strong this one is. So the next entry is going to be when it's closed like this. You either wait for a pullback, maybe a bearish candle. Okay, you wait for a bearish candle. Then what if the bullish candle start taking off? So the bullish candle is going to be the bullish candle is going to be the H4 candle flip. Okay, the bullish candle is going to be the H4 candle flip. So if the H4 candle flips, then what? We take a buy. So I've already told you this candle is now indecisive. So you need to wait for the candle to close. So the psychology behind candle formation is very important. Don't just memorize the name of candle. This is an engulfing candle. This is a doji candle. This is what do you call it? We are having different names. Pin bar. Learning the names is good. Understand the psychology. So if this candle has formed like, what does it tell you? This tells you that what bias sellers are exhausting. Sellers were usually in control of the market. They were in control of the market and buyers were. So now sellers have what lost control in the market. That's the meaning of the candle. That's the meaning of the candle. So this is sellers exhaustion candle. Sellers were in control. Sellers were controlling the market. They were controlling the market where they were in full control. All of a sudden, buyers came in, push, drove the price what up. So this is telling you sellers have lost control. So if the candle closed like this, it is giving you a clue that the next candle is going to move. The chances of the next candle moving by is very high. You get it? The chance of it moving by is very high because what? The previous candle is telling you what? Sellers have lost control in the market. So you need to understand these basic things to make a decision. So it gives you a high confidence when executing. It gives you a more it add what more source to your trade that you are going to take. It add more source to that. So we are going to wait for the closure of this candle. If the candle close above here, those who would like to risk as the interest rate is about to happen, then so we are going to add GBP to the pairs. We are adding GBP to the pairs. I'm testing more pairs so that at least within every 1 or 2 days you will be getting or trades. 1 or 2 days you will be getting trades. So we added Euro USD. Euro USD hasn't been. Sometimes it behaves, sometimes too. So if it breaks, we see the pullback at the H1 and M30. Yeah, then maybe we take the flip. We take the buy. But before that, we are going to see confirmation from H4. You get it? You are going to see confirmation. So this zone is very strong. It is a daily what? Resistance level. Let me check this. The weekly. So on the weekly time frame, this is where we are expecting price. Price is going to come right test on this level. Okay, so on the H4 time frame, we are having a resistance over here. So this is going to be the zone. So if you are taking profit, those who are confused on how to take profit, if you are taking profit, we're expecting price to what? If you are taking profit, you're expecting price to what? To come to this level, Okay, expecting price to come to this level. So in the next 20 minutes, this candle is going to close. So when it's closed, then if it's closed above this one, does it mean we are going to see a rate hike? Because the technical analysis is telling us on GG that we need to see what. But mostly from experience, most of the time what I see is what I see bearish, the GBP to be bearish anytime the interest rates have I seen bullish interest rate, but this is just an assumption. You don't take it as well. You have to see. we have to make sure we are seeing. You get it? We need to make sure we are seeing it happening. So now GBP has been added to the watch list. It has been added to the watch list. So now when we come, when you see a trade on it, you are going to take Euro USD is spike. Euro USD is moving up. I was expecting it to move down to form the bottom wedge. It decided to. So now that the trend, the H4 trend has been confirmed. You get it? Now that the H4 trend has been confirmed. So what are you expecting? If it is fine, expecting it to come back to what? The next reactional level. So we come here, then what continue. So that one will be wave 3. Okay, mostly wave 3 usually moves. We get bigger moves when it happens. When wave 3 is moving, we get bigger moves. So this is what I'm expecting. So as you have added GT, I think we'll be getting much. Who even confirmed it? Is it Benny? Or is the researcher? I used to be trading GT because it's kind of bad. Since those times I wasn't confirming it with the higher time frame, so I think now it would be a good idea. If you are confirming it with the higher time frame, it would be a good idea. So we are waiting for the H4 to close. If the H4 close above this one, then you are going to be looking for pullback. Then it takes by issue. The ongoing candle, this one should break above this one. You get it? This one should break above this one. Okay, so I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing. So if it breaks above this one, then the pullback, that one will be, because H12 is looking clean. Even if you are taking a trade on H12 is looking clean. Yet the zone is there. H1 is looking clean. By the stop loss, not to be a problem. Stop loss. Are you going to place it at the next structure level? Going to place it at the next structure level. So let's wait for it to close and see. So those who don't understand how to enter the market, this is what I'm doing. So I'm seeking confirmation from the H4 candle, waiting for it to break. So when it breaks, now it is confirmed that this zone is going to continue. Okay, I'm not confirming it from the lower time frames. I'm confirming it from the higher time frame. So after getting the confirmation, then I can now move to the lower time frames. So maybe H1 or M30. You get it? So I like the way it's moving. Maybe going to experience a pullback. So who is going to take it before the interest rate? In case maybe it's close above. How many people are going to? Are you willing to risk it? Because when it comes to before the interest rate, you are going to experience slow market, and will you love to what, to be trapped, to be in a trade where there was high impact news, like maybe you are on a highway and there was a tipper truck, a big tipper truck coming, and you are stuck, you can't move. Will you like to? I like the way it is closing. I like the way it is moving. So if it moves like this, then maybe you see some small bearish candle, then the trend will take off. So assuming maybe you entered
about the 9 o'clock candle will bring volume in the market, or
yeah, it usually brings volume, but most of the time the volume that brings, mostly it pulls back. It's going to be a pullback. So the pullback, if it's pull back to, it's cool. But now asking where to place the stop loss is going to be the problem.
yeah, that is, but the stop loss is too wide.
Yeah, the stop loss is going too wide because there's no 30-minute structure.
I was thinking if it can form some resistance on the H4.
H4 that's in the pullback, which candle, a bearish candle.
Yeah, please, yeah.
If it forms a pullback, then it's going to this, for the candle to close to, it's going to happen around 1 o'clock p.m.
One.
Yeah, so maybe you can take it around 1. That's the New York Stock Exchange session. That's when you can take it.
Okay.
But maybe you since it has broken above this one, the chances of it moving is very high. So if you are waiting for that time, you might miss the trade. You get it? You might miss the trade.
Yeah.
So you either find an entry in the lower time frames. So if it's close above this one, then if you are placing your stop loss to over here, because mostly if the candle is pulling back, it doesn't matter how strong the zone is, it usually respects. So maybe you can take the risk and put it at beneath the H1 candle dip. You get it? Maybe you place it over here. So I think with that one, if you move to the M15 time frame, it will be a pullback. Let me see. It will be a market structure. Oh, it's still not structure. There's no structure. The structure is only here, which is above the zone. So maybe you can take the risk and place it over here. In the reason I'm saying that is what, because of the zone over here. Because before price will pull back, break this one, break this one. Price will break this one. It's going to be what, take a long time before it come and break the H1 candle dip. So even though it's not a strong confirmation, it's not a proper stop. It's not a strong stop loss confirmation. You get it? It's not a proper stop loss confirmation. But you can take the risks and do that. You see the way this candle closed. That one would have been a nice what? It would have been a nice stop loss using that candle. But this candle, the wick is too long. The wick is long. So even if you are using this one, I think it's not an appropriate one. The stop loss is going to be very wide. The stop loss is, I think, is it 129 pips? The take profits is 112 pips. Let's wait for the candle to close. Let's wait for the closure of the candle. If the candle closes, but now one thing to it is because of the interest rates. The interest rate is mostly the candle, you are going to see a range. You are going to see the markets ranging range before maybe the interest rates will that the market will move. Trying to trade it might wipe your accounts away. If you are the opposite side of where the trend will move into, it might wipe your trader. It might wipe all your accounts. Hi, darling. I opened my eyes and all the accounts is gone. I said, "Wow, who are you going to complain to? You have to keep it to yourself." I slept the whole day.
Wow.
Charlie, my small account that I was managing, the thing wiped it. I wasn't aware there was an interest rate. I was in the trade. I never knew there was an interest rate. So around 11 a.m. Ah, the account is gone. I said, what's going on? Big candle, the account is gone. What's going on? Something prompted me. Let me check the economic calendar. I checked and there was news. So you see, I learned from all these things gradually. So I noticed, okay, so when there's high impact news, sometimes they will tell you, but you will not pay attention to that. But if you experience it yourself, you start to what? Take it serious. You start to take it serious. That's how it works. So if you are being told about it, you don't usually. You don't usually pay attention to that. So now you are waiting for the closure. You are waiting for the closure of the H4 candle. So how many people would love to take the trade? What's those high impact things? One thing I'm scared about is maybe the market will consolidate before price will move. That's my problem now. But one thing is what all the time frames are in our favor. Let's talk about trend. Let's talk about trend. The trend is what the pattern trend is what an uptrend. Structure really respected the previous candle structure really respected the previous candle. It has broken the tip. Okay, everything has been respected. The dip hasn't been broken. It has broken. So candle structure is what is in our favor. So at the daily time frame, the trend is an uptrend. When you move to the H4 time frame, with the H4 time frame, the problem is what? When you move towards the H4 time frame, the H4 time frame high, low, the H4 trend 2 is an uptrend. The only problem is what candle structure is what is now easy. That's why we are waiting for the H4 to close. So all the confluences are in our favor for price to head up. Okay, all the confluences are in our favor. So now the only thing that's the problem is this one. Is the upcoming news events around 11 a.m. That's the problem.
Hello, Beto.
Hello.
Please, which currency pair are you analyzing now?
GBP JPY.
Okay, thank you.
So everything is in our favor. You get it? Everything is in our favor. But the only problem now is what? Waiting for the candle to So if the candle close like this, and even the previous candle distance if hasn't been broken, it's still hot. You are going to use the current candle to make a decision. You are going to use the candle to make a decision, but the problem is going to be the stop loss. You are going to expect a buy to this side by the stop loss, a buy to this zone. This is the zone that you are going to take profit, because you have a lot of consolidations over here. You don't want to be in a consolidation. You get it? You don't want to be in a consolidation. Where is this? So maybe since you are having the H1, so you see this zone 2 is a strong zone, because we have a H1, we have H1 support. Okay, so the chances of it maybe pulling back, okay, the chances of seeing a bearish candle before it will take off is very high. Before it will take off is very high. So if it happens like that, then you are going to confirm it. We are going to confirm it with what? The H4 candle. So it's going to be aligned with what? The H4 confirmation. This is going to be something like this. Okay, it's going to be something like this. So that's what I'll be expecting. But if it breaks above, then it's also okay. So now we are waiting for 2 minutes for the candle to close. 2 minutes for the candle to close. So if it's closed, then the chances of it moving up is very high. The probability of price moving up is very high. So in the next 2 minutes, it's going to close. In the next So how many people are going to take it? How many people will be willing to take the buy? Well,
but let's give it a try with a small lot size.
So 9 o'clock to 11, 2 hours intervals. So the interest rates. Okay. All right. So it has almost. So the new candle is going to close. So the new candle, it is taking off. I'm staying out of it. Daniel Oduma, I'm staying out of it. You're afraid of the interest rates, eh? Granny is bold to take it. But the thing is, if it takes off, it can happen. Volume will come before that time. You get it. And one thing too is it's two chances. Either you are going to experience a consolidation before price will take off, or what? It will take off before the interest rate. So it is two things. Why has it closed? Okay, it has closed. So now you have to wait for a pullback. Okay, it's not good. because see this candle, the way it's closed with no wick at the top, so the chances of pulling back is very high. So don't. And this one to open with no wick. Okay, this one to open with no wick. So you better wait for a pullback. So I will advise you, even if you are buying, I will advise you wait for a pullback. Okay, wait for a bearish candle before you enter. But as you are going to, so let's don't enter. Just wait for the news to be released, because the way the candle is forming, it's kind of weird. Okay, it's kind of weird. So I'm expecting this candle to make a pullback before it will what? It will take off. Before it will take off. I'm expecting it to pull back. It will definitely pull back. Make a pullback before, because see this one, there was no pullback at the lower time frame. There was no pullback at the lower time frame. That's no wick. Okay, so I'm expecting it to pull back before it will take off. Anyway, you have. So let's just observe. Okay, so I will advise or I will admonish everyone to 11 o'clock, just observe how the candle will move. Okay, at least you learn something from it. But I'm expecting, since the way it has closed, then I'm expecting a move. If it gets to our target, then you knew what our analysis was right. You get it? Our analysis was right. We are at the right point. So next time, if you give us the chance, we will enter the market. That's what we have to be doing. You get it? That's what you have to be doing. So thank you all. I think today there was a lot of value shared today. So let's just observe it. There was no entry for us. We were waiting for the candle to close, make a pullback, and even the way the candle closed, it wasn't something enticing. It wasn't something desiring to take. Okay, it wasn't something. Even though we knew it is going to get to this side, but we need to make sure you enter a trade and you don't have many thoughts, as in you made a mistake and other stuff. So you see, anytime, one thing I've experienced it, if I enter a trade and I don't, I will take it. If you enter a trade and it's like, as in, you don't enter properly, you didn't do the right thing, you see, you don't get a sound mind. That's what I've experienced. You don't get a sound mind. So let's wait for the pullback. I'm definitely sure price is going to pull back, because the way the previous candle opened and the way this candle did, I'm definitely sure that it will make a pullback before the interest rate. But I'll be observing the interest rate around 11 a.m. I'll be watching the chart. So this is where we will end the stream. I think there was a lot of value shared today. Thank you. Tomorrow too, you continue same time. Okay, you continue same time.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining. So far, 1-0, right? 1-0 for the week. You've gotten only one win.
Yes, very bad. This brand price being hard.
So trading, it doesn't matter the number, it's about your lot size. So if you are using bigger lot size, it's not about the number of trades you are using to get money. It's about the lot size you are using. That's what makes you money. So you can take multiple trades, and if your lot size is small, you are still not getting anything. But if you are using bigger lot size and you get one big trade, I think you can be done for the week. You're okay. So it's all about the lot size. So that's what you have to be aiming for. So if you have a high win rate, you can go for bigger lot size. All right. So thank you all. See you tomorrow. So YouTube, thank you all. If I've not given a like, give a like to the stream. Thank you all for joining today's stream. I really appreciate it. All right. Bye. See you tomorrow, same time.